Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel and thanks for logging on. If you enjoy these videos, do me a favor and subscribe to our YouTube channel right here at Watchbox Reviews. I would really appreciate it, and I promise to update daily. If you love this watch, you could see it and you could purchase it on our website, thewatchbox.com. And today, on my 16 centimeter circumference wrist in yellow gold, we're discussing one of the most important modern watch models, a true complication pioneer. This is the Patek Philippe 5035J-001 Annual Calendar. Launched at Baselworld 1996, this watch was the first ever annual calendar, a Patek Philippe original innovation that requires you to adjust the calendar only once per year or annually during the jump from February to March. All other irregular length months it can handle. Now the watch is 37 millimeters in yellow gold and relatively slender. You can see the watch only 10.9 millimeters thick, so nice and flush to the wrist. It'll fit easily underneath any dress cuff, and you can see to good advantage from this angle the concave profile of the bezel that visually pairs the mass and allows a sleeve to ramp up and over quite easily. The spacing between the lugs is 19 millimeters, and across the wrist from lug to lug, almost identical to a Rolex Datejust 36, 44 millimeters. So a watch that wears well even on smaller wrists. If you have a taste for traditionally sized dress complications, if you have a smaller wrist, if you're a lady looking for a unisex option in men's complications from a great brand, this watch is perfect. It fits me well and it is to my taste. The strap that's equipped is also to my taste. Nice and flat, minimalist. It's a medium brown with a little bit of a rusty red, medium rectangular scale alligator leather, a monotone stitch, a folded, or I should say a sheer edge, showing the layers of construction. Then on the underside, calfskin. It's a pull tab bar system, so as with all modern Patek Philippe straps, you get that pull tab system so you can remove the strap for cleaning between the lugs or swapping with no use of a screwdriver or a strap tool. You can do it just with your thumbnail. There is a full deploying clasp, all of high polish in matching yellow gold with a filigree or wire style Calatrava cross outboard. Lovely and polished, glistening and gleaming, just like the case itself. You can see it's all of high polish, and I mentioned it's a bit like a Datejust 36 in size. It's also a bit like a Datejust 36 in contour. As you can see, it's fluid with its curves, a flame-like surfacing. You can see how light moves over the contours of this case. Simple, with few straight lines and many compound curves. You have that concave profile bezel, and then you have what Patek Philippe describes as an opaline silver dial. Opaline or a matte silver. The registers for the day as well as the month are somewhat dished to add a little bit of a second focal plane to the dial. Outboard you have a railroad style minutes and seconds track. Leaf style hands or feuille hands in yellow gold applique stylized Roman numerals, and one of the few examples I have seen on a wristwatch of a conventional Roman numeral 4. Normally what you see even on Patek Philippe watches, and I'll demonstrate with this 5500, is a watchmaker's 4, so it's unconventional to see this particular use of a traditional Roman numeral 4, given that it's simply not Patek Philippe's convention, nor is it the industry's convention. There is a simple aperture style date down at 6 o'clock. You've got the pointer day, you've got the pointer month, you've got the 24-hour scale. So essentially, during the nighttime hours, this is a 24-hour, one sweep per day dial. You don't want to attempt to set the calendar using the push adjusters. So you have that 24-hour AM/PM day-night distinction to let you know when you should not attempt to actuate the calendar system. The watch features a blackened hand at center, a counterweighted Lancet-style seconds hand, and this is an original Patek Philippe tritium dial. So this model would have been made between approximately 1996 and the year 2000 when Patek started phasing out tritium in earnest. Turn it all over, and you can see Patek Philippe caliber 315. To be precise, this is caliber 315 QA for Quantième Annuel, as well as 24H for 24 hours and SC for center second. The timepiece, of course, featuring a gyromax style free-sprung balance. It's adjusted in 5 positions, and the free-sprung architecture means that it's more secure against displacement by shock, so you really can't move variable inertia bolts on the balance, which are used to adjust the timing of this movement, whereas with a mobile stud index, a shock could displace it and change the timing. It beats away at 21,600 vibrations per hour because this is the 315, not the 324, and because this is the 315, not the 324, 324, we have a bidirectional winding system rather than unidirectional. The watch with a 35 to 45 hour power reserve, otherwise mechanically identical to the 324, 30-meter water resistance in spite of the screwed-in case back. You could see the Poinçon de Genève on the bridge covering the terminal end of the drivetrain. All of the screw heads are black polished with chamfered slots, perfectly aligned linear Côte de Genève on the bridges with circular Côte de Genève on the rotor. There is a micro engine turned perlage on the center of the rotor with a larger engine turning underneath the balance itself, and there is a mirrored chamfer, which I will try to capture, and here you can see it. There is a mirrored glistening gleaming edge to every bridge profile. Right at its periphery, it's been rounded and polished to a mirrored shine by hand. You can also see that there's a little bit of an engine turning on the reduction wheel system, the little ratchet wheel underneath the winding mass. So this is a handsomely hand-finished movement with satin graining over the wheels themselves. You can see and own one of the most important modern complications, not just from any brand, but from Patek Philippe. See it and make it yours on the Watchbox.